Holiday tips for intimacy anorexics. That's our topic today. If this applies to you, you definitely want to spend a few minutes here. If you haven't subscribed to our channel and you have intimacy anorexia going in your life, you want to, because we have lots of videos that can help you and your spouse in your recovery processes. Well, if you have a question, put it in the box. Now, it's the holidays. And this could be a challenge for intimacy anorexics with their spouse. Now, they might be, the happiest uncle, the happiest aunt, make everybody laugh and be life of the party. But that's not where you lack. Oftentimes, anorexics can shine in situations like that. However, what do we need to do in the holidays so that the marriage can be stronger and healthier? Number one, do your basic recoveries. If you're not doing that, you're already setting yourself and your spouse up for failure, because the holidays can create extra stress and pressure. And if the foundation isn't strong, it's going to start kind of rumbling and cracking and making noise. So what you want to do is make sure you're doing your 5 C's individually: pray, read, call, meeting, pray. If you're not in an intimacy anorexia group, you're already going to struggle. Intimacy anorexia is not something that can be done by itself. You want to have a group and people you can call, accountability people. If you're not working the anorexia material, you want to do that. So pray, thank God for identifying what's going on with you, and read literature. You have the intimacy anorexia material, married loan material, part of betrayal material. Also, I would strongly encourage you around the holidays, if you haven't gotten the Helping My Spouse Heal from My Intimacy Anorexia, I would buy that for yourself for Christmas, and it'll help you to understand things that there's no way you could understand. When I put that DVD, I think I've had over 35 years of experience working with intimacy anorexics. And so it can help you to help your spouse heal. It'll give you tools you don't have and you won't have unless you learn them from someone who can give them to you. That would be a gift you can give so that you can definitely try to strengthen your spouse and encourage them and get bonded to them. So pray, read, call, meetings, pray. Make sure you stay in your meetings if you can. I know over the holidays sometimes it can be tricky, but if you can't get to a meeting, make a meeting with a guy or two in the group. Even if it's 5 o'clock in the morning and all 3 of you agree to show up and just say, hey, how are you doing? All right. Now, in the holidays, you want to definitely measure how proactively you're moving towards your spouse. So you definitely want to do your dailies, 2 feelings, 2 praises, and prayer. If you have a sexual agreement, keep that. If you have dating, keep that. You want to make sure that your recovery towards him or her is staying consistent. Don't use the holidays to be lazy. Use them to be aggressive. If you know their love language, if it's gifts or time or whatever it is, be an expert in that over the holidays. You got more time to invest in them. This is not a time to withhold. If you do have a pattern of withholding on the holidays, what you want to do is take your spouse aside and go ahead and own the last 3, 5, 10, or 30 years of withholding during the holidays, of pulling away, moving to the TV set or your phone, or not buying a gift or not celebrating them. And if you're one of those people who hasn't bought their spouse a gift in years, go buy them an expensive something. Let them know that you have truly repented and changed from not loving to loving, that you're not going to put them in pain in the holidays. They're not going to feel isolated. They're not going to feel alone. They're not going to feel untouched or unsexed. They are going to feel romance and connection and love and celebration from you. And it's really important that you start writing a story of romance at the holidays so that your spouse looks forward to them. Because I can tell you, a lot of spouses have told me, I hate the holidays because it shows me even more that I'm not loved or wanted or appreciated or seen. He or she doesn't buy me a gift or a card. They make it miserable. I'm allowed to buy myself something, but they never think about getting me something. I feel untouched. And the pain that I have heard from partners is just incredible. And if you haven't watched the Partner Betrayal Trauma, you might want to watch that, because the impact of your intimacy anorexia is exactly the same as infidelity or porn or masturbation addiction. So now, have a plan for the holidays and make yourself accountable to your accountability partner or a group. So that if you say, okay, I'm going to, maybe I'm going to touch my spouse 10 minutes a day, and I'm going to move towards him or her that way. Okay. And if I don't, here's my consequence. So you are setting up things that are actually making you move towards them during the holidays. This is so important. You want to rewrite the story of zero and write the story of hero. You don't want your spouse to feel more empty during the holidays, but more filled up. And so be proactive with them, be encouraging and nurturing of them. And be aware that if you are pulling away, you are being anorexic, that you just take responsibility. Don't blame them. Just say, you know what, I'm being anorexic. I'm sorry. I'm a little anxious about how close I'm getting to you, whatever it is, and own it. If you disappear in family situations, whether it's your family with your kids or it's a family of origin situation, you want to go ahead and make sure you have a plan to not do that. If you the guy who sits in the football game with his uncles and stuff like that, or if you're the gal who stays in the kitchen all day to avoid their spouse, change it up. Go in the kitchen if you're a guy and go sit with him at the football game a little bit and mix it up. Do things differently intentionally so that your spouse can see that you're really trying to love them this holiday. And if you need help or ideas, give our office a call, 719-278-3708. We've been doing this for decades, and we can help you. If you're not in a group, give yourself the gift of recovery and get in one as soon as possible.